All right, we're here talking about Alien versus Predator Requiem. This film feels like the straight to DVD adaptation of Alien versus Predator. Like it has that feel of it, like, because obviously part of it is like you don't have any of the previous cast, which I feel like definitely hurts the film. There's none of the previous cast in this film. Yeah, I don't think that does it any favors. And I don't think this film's very good. This film, I know, because all I said during the commentary was, I feel like this film's plot was very much like a video game plot rather than an actual movie plot. It feels like really good setup for like a video game. When I was watching it, I was like, this is a good video game plot. Ultimately, I think this would work really well if you're doing like an Alien versus Predator video game. I would kind of like this as a Alien versus Predator video game. But as a movie, like, I know I said like the characters weren't fleshed out in the previous film as much as I'd like. This film, well, they barely get anything. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just like, I don't know if I missed it when I was watching the film. I might have done, but like one of the main characters is like an ex-convict. I didn't even notice that. I might have missed the plot. I was doing streaming and all that stuff, but yeah, it feels like that was not even like ever touched on in any way. Like, yeah, even when he meets his brother again, he doesn't really go like, hey, yeah, or his brother doesn't go, hey, yeah. If you're a brother and you haven't seen your brother for a while, or you haven't seen him since like through Perspex Glass, I felt like you'd be a bit like, oh fuck yeah, you give him a hug. So like you'd be like, oh, it's good to see you again. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a I haven't seen touch you in a while. I was like, like hug you. It's just this film. Like I said, it feels like a video game plot. I even made the comment that I was like, oh, they're gonna Raccoon City this city. And yeah, no, they did. They ended up nuking the entire town. They were escaped on a helicopter. So I reckon that was like Resident Evil 3. See, yeah, 3 is when they go on that helicopter, I think. Because 2 is when they get on the train, I believe. Yeah, it's. You don't have like the connection. Yeah. The previous film had that kind of connection to the main character and the predator. Don't really get that here. The predator just kind of is just like it doesn't really give a shit. Just ends up killing people just by accident. Ends up killing the girlfriend of the main character, who we spend a lot of time setting that whole thing up, and then we just outright kill her. Really? We spend so much time with her, and it's like, oh no, and she's dead. Okay. Like it one of those things just like it doesn't even really feel like necessary to the plot. Where I'm like, okay, maybe this would motivate. Nah, it just doesn't feel necessary. It's almost just there. Yeah, I feel like they should have flipped the brothers at the in the like when they're trying to get to the helicopter at the end. Like I feel like it would make more sense for the brother who lost the girl he likes, because it wasn't really girlfriend, like boyfriend and girlfriend. She had a boyfriend and then she broke up with him because he was a bit of a dick. And it would have made more sense for him to go out killing rather than the other brother. But yeah, like I said, I think I said in this previous video, no one from the previous films returns, though I think I see people in the suits for Alien and Predator, but no characters return from the previous films. I think they want to get Adam Baldwin back, from Predator 2, but he's probably complaining about, Gamergate and all that fucking shit. Because I'm pretty sure he's a bit of a prick nowadays. It seems that way. Maybe it's changed since then, but yeah. So like the main characters, like they're kind of a ragtag group, but we don't really get much time with them. We kind of the main ones that survive are the two brothers, and then this mother and child combination, who the mother has just returned from Rapistan, or whatever random army garrison, and she gives her child like infrared goggles, which almost feel like a Chekhov's gun type event, where I'm like, oh well, these come up later. These come up later. They don't come up later. They almost immediately ignored. It's like, what? Why was this established in any way? Why? It's and then you have those characters and everyone else who went to the middle of town who ended up getting nuked because they Raccoon City'd that city. They were like, mate, we're gonna kill the city. One character says like, oh, the government never lies to us. Bitch, really? Bitch, really? The government does lie. It's just hilarious. The movie is kind of like, is dark, just like, well, in both ways. Like it's kind of dark in that general term. Like you can barely see what's going on, and sometimes it's dark in other kind of cool ways, but it never really feels like it does much with it. Like it does kind of cool, like, oh, that's kind of dark, but then it doesn't really go anywhere. Like there's like a father and son duo who basically get head crabbed pretty early on. You see like the like small kid like get a chest burster and it's like, oh shit. And then like the big alien predator kind of seems to have a fascination for pregnant women, because I think there's one in the woman in the, not the cafeteria, the diner type place. I think she was pregnant. I don't know. I don't want to say like, oh, she was pregnant if she was just a little bit pudgy, but I think she was. And then he goes after the other actual pregnant women in the hospital. But it feels like it doesn't go anywhere because it's just like, oh, they're just more chest bursters. Like it feels like it's setting up something, but no. No. It just feels like every time it's setting up something, you're like, no. I know, we're not doing anything there. And I'm just like, but like, oh, okay. Alright then, if you're not gonna. Yeah. I don't know, it's not a good film. It just feels cheap made. I mean, it had less budget. It says $40 million here, which is like 20 or 30 million less than the previous film. And it's just like, as a horror film, it feels like it's just trying to just be a basic horror film and doesn't really do anything interesting with Alien and or Predator. Besides the Alien Predator. But that was already established in the previous film, so it's not really doing anything new. We get to see a little bit of sequel bait. Again, this time it's not going to go anywhere because, well, I guess it technically does because it goes into the Predator. We get Miss Yutani. Obviously, Wayland Yutanis, because we got Wayland, now we got Yutani in this film. So a little bit of sequel bait. But this film kind of tanked, and understandably, the characters are a bit shit. Like the only thing going good for it is it's got some kind of cool gory stuff, but other than that, I don't recommend it. I can't. There's nothing really I can pick that out that I'm like, Ah, that was good. That's every time I'm like, eh. I don't think it's just a great film. I don't even know if it's enjoyable as like a hate watch or anything. It's just a bit rubbish. I feel like I can't recommend this in any way. Which I wish I could. Like, there's parts of it I'm like, oh, this kind of feels like a post-apocalyptic. It's kind of going a little bit of that of like, yeah. Again, it feels like Resident Evil. I don't want to say that too much, but it kind of is. It kind of is Resident Evil. And I don't know if that was just because they, yeah, inspired by it, or a little bit too inspired by it, and just ripped off Resident Evil, which they very much could be. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I can't recommend it. And I understand why this film didn't do well. I can't think of anything I'm like, oh yeah, no, that was good. I'm out. I'm out into this film. It's rubbish. Don't watch it. I'm kind of out. Next film we get is Predators. I'm going to stream of that and Prometheus. So we've got Predators and Prometheus, which I've watched Predators before. I haven't seen Prometheus, so this will be an interesting journey. I don't think I've seen Predators, especially for a long time. It's maybe been about 5 years or so. So it'll be interesting to see what I remember, what I don't remember. But for now, I'm going to say, live long and prosper. And hopefully, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.